Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 4 of our Omega Crafter playthrough. So I spent a little bit of time between the last episode and this one trying to reorganize the village and streamline our commands for our little buddies. I'd promised to do some streamlining and progress the world level to 8 for copper mining. Well, in typical Psychotic fashion, I got a little out of hand. So I spent a day after work organizing the village, and then one morning before work, I streamlined all of our commands. Then I decided, since everything was running pretty smoothly, that we have a walled village, to just let the game run while I was at work. Long story short, with just what we had at the end of the last episode, meaning I never actually left the village walls, we now have a fully upgraded Tier 2 equipment. We are world level 10, which is our cap until the second boss is dead, and we have very nearly a full chest of every possible material in the game, and an automated system to craft and replace them as they get used. I also added some error catching so we don't constantly see error messages popping up across the village. So we're going to start out with a tour of the layout of the village now and the code for each position. And then we're going to get into farming the last 2 tokens for spawning the Tier 2 boss. We're pretty stacked for food and gear and materials, so let's go ahead and get into it. If you learn anything useful or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, here we go. Alrighty, here we are. I tried to streamline this according to operations management. So we've got our farm over here, and our trees are still where they were. I moved the farm from this side to that side. This little area is our area. Then we've got our stone crafting people using the advanced arrows and the stone plates. As you can see, we've got almost a full chest of those. This side is all stone furnaces and the stone mine. And this side is the copper mine and all copper furnaces. You can see we've got a full chest of copper, so he's not actually refining anything. We've got pretty close to a full chest of stone. He'll stop when he gets there. Now, 8 of these is a bit much. I did it for symmetry. 7 is actually ideal. If they are still in the supply process, if they're not overly full, they can mine 7 of them, and as they finish the 7th, the first one will come back up. So with 8 of them, there's always an extra one up, which is nice if I need it, but for the most part, it's not needed. Here we've got our charcoal furnace for making charcoal. Here we've got our little moneymaker guy. Over here we've got our Tier 2 cooking, and our Tier 1 cooking, and our grown crops cooking. So we've got our carrots, and we've got our cabbage. And then we now have 2 lumberjacks here. I named them foresters, but they may as well be lumberjacks. They're supplying the wood, which is supplying these 2 crafters. So we're going to do a quick run through of code. And the item that I found to be best for making 4 bits are these wilderness leggings, because it only takes cut stone and charcoal, and they are worth 250 points. As you can see, we're now world level 10, and we are actually locked. It won't let us do any more until we've defeated the boss of the Endless Wilds. Now, I was doing this out of 1 chest, but now we have 4 chests. That way he can keep stockpiling while we're out and about. So we will start over here with our farmer. If I can catch him without accidentally picking up a seed, that is. It's probably best to wait for him over here. There we go. So, when the button's pushed, we have our full loop. And inside the loop, we have if he can plant to field 3, which is the cabbage field here. Then it's going to count the number of items in cabbage seeds. If it's greater than 0, it's going to grab the seeds from there, because we have planted as many seeds as we have. If that's not the case, then if it can harvest from field 3, it's going to harvest, put the crop in the cabbage chest, and then it's going to repeat while exists cabbaging around to pick up 1. So if for some reason, right now we're getting 1 per 1, but that could change in a future update, so this is kind of future proof. If we collect it and there's more than 1 cabbage, he will pick up an extra cabbage off the ground. And then while there are cabbage seeds on the ground, he will pick one up and plant it. So he basically just cycled through planting them all. And we have that replicated for the carrots here in field 4. And then we've got carrot seeds and cabbage seeds, but we're currently using everything that we have, so it's not really a big deal. And then our foresters, we updated their code a little bit. Whoops. So, if the number of items in wood is less than 710, because we get 5 per tree, then, and there are 2 of them, which means 10 total, so 720, I believe, is the cap for wood. Yes, 720. So if there's wood around, then it will pick it up and put it in the wood box. And then after that's done, so it's basically it'll pick up all of the wood first, because we want it to repeat while that's true, because we don't want to chop one if there's already wood on the ground and risk overflowing the box. And then if it can cut trees in field 1, it will cut the tree. And then that's just a one-time, it's not a repeat. And then repeat while it will search for tree seeds nearby, pick them up, and plant them in field 1. And they both have identical code there, but that's going to let them keep running until this box hits 710, and then they will stop. And then as soon as it drops down, they will start going again. Now this guy's code... Oh, no. Ooh, that's going to break him. So let's put this wood back in here. So our little plant crafter here is full. If it's less than 480... Oh, this needed to be... He shouldn't have made that last one. I don't know why he did. But he'll put it back when he can. So this one repeats 2 times because the planks require 2 wood. So it's a repeat 2 times loop, grabs a wood, puts it in the processor, crafts it, picks up the planks, and then puts them in the chest. I don't know why he made that last one. He should have stopped at exactly full. And then this guy is the same without the loop, because it only requires 1 for this. And then he's constantly being taken from for this guy, because that guy's code is fairly advanced. We'll look at him here in a minute. Now, as far as the mining well, these guys are simple too. They're same basic crafting. It's a 1-to-1, so as long as there's less than 480 plates, he grabs a cut stone, puts it in, crafts it, and puts it in the box. Now this guy's set up for 2 stacks, so 198. Grabs the cut stone, puts it in, crafts it, puts it in the box. Now these guys are the refiners, and they are essentially the same thing, with the exception of one is for stone and the stone furnaces, and one is for copper and the copper furnaces, but the code is the same. So with this guy, there is a nested... I guess this one's not the nested one. This one's just an and. So if the count number of items in raw stone is greater than 30, because we want to keep raw stone on hand for the things that require it for building. So there needs to be at least 1 full stack of raw stone before he'll do anything. And then if the count number of items in cut stone is less than 477, because we're doing 3 in a go, and it caps out at 480, so if it's less than 477, we want him to craft. He's going to grab a raw stone. He's going to put it in the furnace 1, grab another one, furnace 2, grab a third one, put it in furnace 3, and then he's going to collect from furnace 1, put it away, collect from furnace 2, put it away, and then we needed a little bit of a wait there, because the running back and forth time is a lot shorter than running back and forth this way. And then this guy is the exact same thing, except it's copper. And he has longer wait times because copper takes longer to cook. And because we're doing 3 in a batch, we don't have to have an if something doesn't finish. We just have it sorted out. Oh no. Oh no. Yep, I was afraid of that. Psych just messed up. That is a problem. So let's load. Yep, and we're gonna have to change all these back. So I will be back with you when I get all of these changed back. Okay, so we're back up and running. that was a bit of a screw up, but that's all right. So yeah, I tested each of these since we're doing them in 3 batches. That way I wouldn't have to make an if for wait times. Now our miners are pretty straightforward. Very short code for these guys. If stone exists in a round, then pick the stone up. We want them to pick it up first. And then if there is no stone in a round, so if this is not true, then we're going to go to the else. And if the count number of items in raw stone is less than 696, because these drop 3 apiece. I don't know why I picked 696. I'm guessing because of how many are here. Yeah, 720. Okay, so yeah, because they each drop 3 and there's 8 of them present. That's why I got 696. So if that's the case, then he's going to mine from the bulk mining, this particular bulk mining rod. The copper one is the same, but for copper instead, and it is this bulk mining rod. And the bulk mining rod has, they have a little bit of overlap, but I wanted to make sure that the overlap wasn't over the different nodes. That way we don't have them accidentally cross mining. Now this guy is pretty straightforward. It takes 12 seconds to cook charcoal, so provided charcoal is less than 480, and there's some items in bark, then he's going to grab bark and he's going to go ahead and cook it, and then put it away. Now our chefs, this guy is interesting. This guy's unique. So if we have at least 3 in cabbage, because that's how many it takes to cook cabbage, then we have a repeat 3 times. He's going to grab a cabbage, put it in a pot, and then it's just going to cycle 3 times. Now, from there we have if 2 carrots, because it takes 2 carrots, then it's going to repeat 3 times. Oh, okay. Oh, if it's greater than 2. Greater than 2 gives us 3. Duh. So it's not greater than or equal to, it's just greater than. So it'll repeat 3 times. It'll grab the carrots, put them in the crafting table over there, and craft them, the cooking table. Now, olives only take 2, so it's got those in the cycle as well. Now, if it can't do any of the olives, then it's going to wait for 20. If it can do the olives, it's going to wait for 5 seconds, because that's how long grabbing the olives, putting them in there, crafting, putting them away, and then grabbing this again works for the timer on this. If it can't craft olives, then it's going to wait for 20 seconds, because that's what it takes for the carrots, for the leftover, for the crafting of cabbage. And then it will grab the cabbage and put it away, if it can. If the number of items in the cabbage pot is greater than 0, then it will grab the cooked cabbage and put it away. Now these guys are more or less identical, just one's for tier 1 items, one's for tier 2. So it grabs an item from meat, it's a 1-to-1, so it puts it away. Grabs 2 from mushroom, or 3 from mushrooms, 3 from berries. Waits 20 seconds, because if it's only doing meat, which is the longest cook time, it takes 20 seconds. Now, generally speaking, you wouldn't want to wait your longest wait time. You would have it a bit more streamlined as far as that goes, but with the amount of materials that we're bringing back versus how quick they actually cook, that extra wait time is really not a problem. If you don't need it on hand right now, which we don't, we're good down here, then there's no real point in waiting it out. So, and then he goes through them all. If there's something in it, then he picks it up and puts it away. That way we don't have him going to each pot and saying, no item found, no item found. So he only grabs it if there's actually something there. And then this one's the same thing, but for the tier 2 items. And 27 seconds, because they take longer to cook. And then our most advanced one is going to be our moneymaker, who is crafting the pants for us that we then sell, because each one of these is going to be worth 250 bits. So if we look at his is fairly advanced here. So if the count number of items and saleable loot is less than 16. So sellable loot is this chest. So if there's less than 16 items in there, because there's 16 slots in these chests, each line is 8, 4 and then 8. So if it's less than 16, and we have cut stone is less than 5, and count number of items in, we have to be careful here so I don't do what I did with the refiner, then it's going to count the number of items in charcoal and put them in there. So we're going down through those for each of the chests. So there's sellable loot 2, 3, and 4. So it's going to do the same thing there. So it will grab 5 from cut stone. If it's less than or equal to, then it knows it can do it. If it's less than or equal to, it knows it can do it. Repeat 5 times. It's going to grab 5 cut stone and put it in the bench. It's going to grab 5 charcoal and put it in the bench. Then it's going to craft and then put the item in sellable loot. And then it's going to go to the next line, which is if the number of items in sellable loot 2 is less than 16, then it's going to go through the whole thing. And 3 and 4. So each of the, he's going to put 1 here, then 1 here, then 1 here, then 1 here. And if any of them are full, he'll just skip that one. So it works out perfect. I did actually take some of our materials, and I made a second set of armor in the unfortunate case that we die. It's all fully upgraded, just like ours. And then I realized that when we did die, we didn't lose anything in our hotbar, so it was all just a waste of materials. So we can turn this in for bits as well. All that we lost was what was up here. Okay. So this is running smoothly. I basically just let it run for 8 hours, and it did perfectly fine. So, no biggie. So we're going to go ahead and rest, and we are going to head to that second dungeon that it showed us. And we do have the boss location now for the second area, and you can see I haven't explored anything new. So we're going to go to our second dungeon down here, and we're going to try to find a third, hopefully somewhere up around here, and then we're going to take it to the boss. Now, something I was interested in trying, because we have 3 more of those, so I want to see how much XP we get from the first boss now versus earlier. And I want to see how much faster we can down him with our current equipment. Yep, it will let us spawn a second one. This is going to be a much different fight this time, buddy boy. Yeah, he only hits for 2s. 2,000. Yeah, we can do better. Oh, we did! We got a new Meadows record. So I'm betting that if we take that home, we can probably make an extra of the new town hall thingies. Okay, so that takes the city symbol. I thought that we just made the city symbol here, didn't we? Yeah, so, okay, there's 0 stock left. So we cannot make an extra one. So we already have one of those. We may only need to do that second dungeon. We might be able to get away with this. So let's go down there and check it out. You a boss? You look colored differently. Oh, you're a 2-star. Right, because we ranked up the world a whole lot. Okay, okay. I'll take it and be happy. Bananas are good food. Possible. Nice, a record disc. Okay, there's a chief. And there's our chest. Okay. We have 2 of them now, so we can give that a shot to see if we can spawn the second boss. Well, we can get some more crystal shards to hopefully build a portal. So once we get to that third area, I really want to set up our second village there. Because we really don't need any more material. Oh, this is a 1-star. This guy one-shot us last time. We get some nice iframes during the roll, which helps. We only have him to half, and we're in 2-star equipment from this zone. Guys, as hard as the first boss. A little harder, actually. something good digging. Well, we got another crystal shard. That gives us 3. And you know what? This here is a second dungeon. So why don't we go ahead and dip in, just in case we need a third one of those. Alright, there we have it. So now we have 3 of these. So even if it does require 3, it's no big deal. I'm guessing he's up at the top of that. Which makes me wonder if we found a second location, because this is another one of those pillar-looking things. So I wonder if that first pillar that we found was a boss location as well. If it's a giant 1-star golem, I'm going to be upset. I don't think it will be, but weirder things have happened to us. It was! That other pillar that we found was, in fact, a portal to a boss. Oh, do we actually get headshots now? Yep, looks that way. I know they said they've been updating. They're actually working on adding new monsters and some other stuff to the game here soon, too. Oh, alright. Here we go. It looks like an arena fight of some kind. With a throne. I want a throne. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so not a golem, just a big fuck-off orc. Our food wore off, that's bad. Okay, this guy can take a beating. We really want to aim for his head. We get 30s off his head and 16s off of him everywhere else. I'm glad that they added headshots, but when he's this tall... Oh, that was unexpected. I actually feel like he's easier than the other boss, because you can tell what he's doing by what he says. His audio cues are much simpler. So for the most part, just kiting him in circles seems to be working just fine. He's getting towards half, so if he's got a weird mechanic, it's probably about to come out. Want him to use the power slam, buddy. Yep, there's the weird mechanic. That's a 1-star turtle. 2 1-star turtles. Fantastic. Ooh. His attacks are getting a little more frequent, too. Yep. So that's got a follow-up now. It's a two-part attack instead of two different attacks. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just two attacks back-to-back. Yep. I think it's just two attacks back-to-back. So now instead of one every cycle, he's got two every cycle. Almost like he enraged. This suppose checks out. Whoa. Oh, I didn't think I was going to get away from that one. I think we've got him pretty well in hand, though. It's more of a time-consuming fight than anything. Curious to see, though. We got 2,000 off the first boss. I want to see how many XP we get off of this guy. That was sick. That was a player skill issue, that was. Yeah, he's just doing back-to-backs. I'm glad we brought the bow with so damn many arrows, though. I mean, we're down to our last 48. We're eating into our second stack. We're about halfway through that. Nice. 12,000 XP. Holy! Something seems to have been activated in the distance. Let's check it out. We could summon him again. Alright, so what did we get? We got our wilderness record. We got a bunch of record discs, which are 500 bits apiece. 3 crystal shards, that's enough for a portal. Alright, I'm very happy. And it did take all 3 of those, so it's a good thing that we found that second dungeon on the way. Or, well, third dungeon technically, but second dungeon today. Alright, so let's see what activated off in the distance. What does it take to build a portal? Just 20 stone. So let's head for Halloween area, because I think that's what it said to do. Yep, defeat the boss of the Halloween Forest. So let's head further out instead of back home right away. And we will collect... Wow! We will collect some stone along the way, like, say, 20 of it, and try to build a portal pointed towards home. That way we can build a portal to get back out to Halloween area quickly and easily. Because we more or less have everything out of this zone. There's no real reason to keep coming back here unless we need more of those glowing crystals. Halloween Forest. Oh, and it's foggy. The pillar of light over there. Can you be more specific? Was that house that I saw in the distance? Pumpkin heads. That must be iron. Holy hit points. Gunpowder. Yes, please. Pumpkin seeds. Ghost. That can't be good. Are they corporeal? Can I hit them? We got more iron here. Oh, nice. Skeleton mage, that's fun. Water's Blessing. So that's a different house than the other one that we did. We're going to head to this one and get the iron ore from it as well. I'm a little curious as to why the gunpowder looks like cloth, but I guess just go with it. Now when we built the copper, okay, so it was 50 and 20. Oh, that other one may have had a chest. That's a problem. We have this stone core node. Well, I guess we've got at least one more hike back out here. It is what it is. 'Cause yeah, we need 20 stone and we have none. Alright, so we did not get enough iron to set that up just yet. That is something that we will have to attempt next time. We've got 35 iron, which is a start. So we were able to jump just based off of what I had stored straight to level 13 from level 10, which is the iron mine. So we have enough iron for the iron mine, but we still need another 45 to be able to make the iron node itself. But right now we're just happy that we are where we are. We are going to need some more iron. That is definitely going to be a priority. And we are definitely going to need some more little buddies and space to put stuff. Why are you guys not collecting? The chest is full, that's why. I feel like we're in great shape. We did everything that we wanted to. We got a tour of the Streamlined village. We got our second boss down, a couple of dungeons done. And yeah, we're well on our way to starting with the tier 3 materials. I think here's probably a good spot to stop for the day. I have to go pick some people up at the airport, so we will stop here, and I will try to get a little bit of the grindy stuff done off camera, but we shall see. Because I don't want to go exploring the new zone without you guys, so we'll see how it works out. We'll see what happens. But if you guys learned anything useful, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.